Hi there, this is Mrs McTaggart. In this video we're going to be looking at factorising trinomials. More in particular we're going to be factorising what I call tricky trinomials. These are the ones where it has a coefficient or like a number in front of the x squared. Now there are loads of methods for this, and you'll see that I've got other videos on using the box method, the St Andrew's cross method, and in this one I am going to do the common factor method because us teachers sometimes do it a different way depending on the class that's in front of us. So this one is going to use the common factor method. Let's just recap. Previous trinomials have been of the form x squared plus 4x plus, let's make that a minus actually, minus 12. And to factorise that, we would go straight to two brackets and we would write x and x at the beginning. We'd look for numbers that multiply to minus 12 and add to 4, and know it's a combination of 6 and 2. The negative tells us that one's a plus, one's a minus, so plus 6 minus 2. They were dead simple. The difference is the minute I stick a number in front of this x squared, we're no longer going to look for numbers that multiply to 12. Alright, we're going to look for numbers that multiply to whatever our coefficient at the front is times 12. So let's have a look. So, previous trinomials. So here I have the trinomial 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. I am looking for numbers this time that multiply to 2 times 12. So the numbers are going to multiply to 24. And they're going to still add to the middle number. They're going to add to 11. So let's think of numbers that multiply to 24 and add to 11. Well, there's a 3 and an 8, isn't there? So we're going to use 3 and 8 here. So what we do is we take the 3 and the 8 and we start with our 2x squared. The middle terms are going to be a plus 3x and a plus 8x. And the end term just comes from up here, which is our plus 12. So what we're doing is we're finding numbers in the middle that make this 11. Now, what we then do is, this is kind of the tricky bit. I need you to imagine like an imaginary line down the middle here. We are going to do what's called common factor. So on the left-hand side, we think, right, what do they have in common? And they have an x. So you do x bracket, and that leaves you with 2x plus 3. There's a plus sign in the middle, so I keep that plus sign. Then I look at the second side, the right-hand side, and think, right, what do they have in common? Well, they've got a 4 in common. So I do 4 bracket, divide by 4, and it leaves you with 2x plus 3. And then you'll see, oh, wait a minute, there's that bracket 2x plus 3 come up twice. So from that point, that means one of our brackets is 2x plus 3. And the other bracket comes from putting this bit here together, the x plus the 4. So our other bracket is x plus 4. Now I'm just going to show you that this gives us what we have up here in our starting point, okay? If I expand this out, I get 2x squared. I get plus 8x. I get 3x in the middle. And I get 12 on the end. And then that 8 plus 3 is what gives us the 11. So this is what's called the common factor method. Let's try some more, will we? So we've got another 2x squared. This will change. It won't always be a 2x squared one. So this time at the side, I'm going to write down what we're looking for. We're looking for numbers that multiply to 2 times 18, which is 36. And they're going to add to the middle number, so they're going to add to negative 15. Now, just a wee reminder, because I've got a plus in there, that means my signs match. It means they're either plus plus or minus minus. The fact that I've got a minus 15 here makes me think they're going to be two negatives. So we're looking for a pair of numbers that multiply to 36 and subtract to 15. So I can try all the obvious, 2 and 18, 3 and 12. Oh, wait a minute, 3 and 12 would work. A minus 3 and a minus 12 would multiply to positive 36. And they would combine to give me minus 15. So we're going to start with our first term, 2x squared. We're going to put in this 3 and the 12, but it becomes a minus 3x minus 12x, and the end term is a plus 18. Then we're going to imagine this imaginary line down the middle, and we're going to take out a common factor on each side. So on the left hand side they both have an x in common, So that leaves me with 2x minus 3. And on the right hand side there's a minus here, so I put in the minus. And I like to see what they have in common, and it is a 6, so I take out a common factor of 6. 12 divided by 6 leaves me with 2x. Now the temptation here is to write a plus 3. 18 divided by 6 is definitely 3, but I know that I've got a 2x minus 3 in this bracket on the left, and I'm actually taking out a common factor of minus 6. So you're actually trying to think, what in here gives me positive 18? Or essentially what I'm really doing is I'm really dividing by negative 6 there. That didn't look very good. So I'm really dividing by negative 6. So this is a minus 3 that goes in the bracket. And I think that's the bit that's going to catch a few folk out. So then we can clearly see you've got a 2x minus 3 bracket repeated. And just to remind you, the other bracket came from the things in front, which is an x minus 6. And it's always worth just doing a quick check on these. And when I talk to my pupils, I say check the outside and the inside, the outsides and the insides. So those outside numbers give me a minus 12. Those inside numbers give me a minus 3. And if you combine them, that gives you the minus 15. So this is our answer here that we are looking for. Sorry about all these different colour pens going on tonight. So there we go. Okay, so in this one, we have a 3x squared. So I'm going to go to the side and write down what we're looking for. We're looking for numbers that multiply to 3 times negative 5, so looking to multiply to minus 15. Add to the middle term, which is minus 14. So I'm hoping you can spot that that's clearly some combination of 15 and 1. Alright. Now because we've got a minus 5 here, I've got one of each sign, and it's going to be 1 take away 15, so plus with the 1, take away with the 15. To get the minus 14 in the middle. So when I go to do the common factor bit, I'm going to start with 3x squared. Now you can do this any way round, so I'm just going to take it in the order I've written it. So minus 15x plus 1x, I'm just going to make that x, and then your minus 5 on the end. Remember your imaginary line down the middle. Let's take out a common factor on the left hand side of 3x, leaving you with x minus 5. And on the right hand side, it looks like there's no common factor at all. So if you think there's no common factor, then it's secretly just a number 1. So it's a 1 and then bracket x minus 5. So there's your repeated bracket of x minus 5. Your other bracket here is the 3x plus 1. So when I write my two brackets out, I know I've always been taking the repeated bracket first, but something about me as a maths teacher likes to put the one with the highest x value at the front. So I'm going to put the 3x plus 1 here, and then the x minus 5. And just remember what I said in the last example, do a quick check of your outsides and insides. Outsides is minus 15, insides is plus 1. They make minus 14 when you add them, so I know I've got the right answer when I multiply it out. I'm going to keep going with these. Let's do. Okay, so now we've got a 4x squared. Now in some of the other methods, the 4x squared ones are quite tricky because you have more options here. It could be a 2x and a 2x in a bracket, or a 4x and a 1x. So by using this common factor method, we actually don't have to play around to get what works. So I'm going to go to the side. I'm looking for numbers that multiply to 4 times 9 is 36, and they're going to add to minus 12. So 36 comes up a lot, and I like to use that one because there's always loads of options. So again, because I've got a plus, I know my signs match. Because I've got a minus in the middle, I know that my signs are both negative. So I'm actually looking for two numbers that subtract to give me 36. And I think I've spotted it. A minus 6 and a minus 6 would work here. That would give me positive 36, and it would give me minus 12. So I'm going to take my first term, 4x squared. I'm going to write minus 6x minus 6x in the middle, and then my plus 9 on the end. Now on my left hand side, I'm going to take out a common factor of 2x from the first two things, which leaves me with 2x minus 3. Then I've got a takeaway sign there. The 6 and the 9 have a 3 in common, so I take out a common factor of 3. Minus 6 divided by minus 3 is just 2x. 9 divided by minus 3, remember I'm just going to write in that I'm doing that. It's a wee divide by minus 3, so my sign's going to change here. That becomes minus 3. And remember, if you didn't change the sign there, you wouldn't have brackets that matched either. So then my brackets are a 2x minus 3. And the bits at the front are also 2x minus 3. So this was actually a repeated bracket. And again, check your outsides and your insides. Outsides give you minus 6. Insides give you minus 6. That gives you minus 12 in the middle. So I've got my answer. I'm going to try this one now. So we've got a 5x squared. So same method, I'm going to multiply the 5 and the 4. So my numbers are multiplying to negative 20. And they are adding, remember there's a secret number 1 in there. And they're going to add to 1. Because I've got a minus 4 at the end, I know my signs are 1 of each. I've got a plus and a minus. So numbers that multiply to 20 and add to 1 are 4 and 5. And to get positive 1 is going to be a plus 5 and a take away 4. So let's go. 5x squared for the first term. Let's do the minus 4 first this time. Minus 4x. Let's just tidy that up. Plus 5x. So it doesn't actually matter which way around you do this. And then you get minus 4 in the end. So common factor out the first half leaves an x and a 5x minus 4. Common factor in the second half, there isn't one. So remember what I said? If there isn't actually a common factor, it's a wee sneaky number 1. So that's 1 bracket 5x minus 4. If you're not getting this repeated bracket here, something's wrong, okay? So that leaves me, when I tidy it up, I'm going to do the 5x one first. And then the second bracket comes from the x plus 1. So the second bracket is x plus 1. Don't forget to check your outsides and insides. Outsides give me 5, insides give me minus 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. So this is the point. I think I've done enough examples now. So if you're wanting extra practice, here's loads that you can try. Okay. You can pause the video and try them, and then unpause and you'll get the answers. So there's the answers there. I hope this has helped. As I said, remember there's lots of different methods for factorising trinomials, particularly when it's ones like this with a coefficient in front of the x squared. So thanks for watching. Good luck.